So I talked about this in a previous video, and I'm going to elaborate further on what exactly is happening. As we look at it right now, Marvel Studios is going to give us 5 films in 2022. This of course including Sony's SpiderMan, which has got to slip to that year, and else it's going to be a complete mess. So let's talk about Marvel Studios and what else might be happening. So taking a quick look into the brand new release slate for Marvel Studios, and of course this includes the upcoming Spider-Man film, you're going to notice that obviously, yes, things were changed. Obviously in 2021 we're going to have the Eternals, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and of course Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Now notice I didn't put Spider-Man in there, which is what a lot of people want to talk about, because Spider-Man is an interesting one, because Sony is definitely not going to be shooting it soon, which, you know, given their productions and some of the stuff they have to do, and obviously them not being a as well of an well-oiled machine as Marvel Studios, even though it is a Marvel Studios joint partnership, pretty much everybody's believing that that film is getting bumped to either late 2021, which again could fit in somewhere in there, like between Shang-Chi and Doctor Strange would make sense, but obviously it would have to be like a September-October release date, which I don't think they want to do. And going to 2022, again, this brings up the big one, because by the look of it now, this is more than likely when we're getting Spider-Man 3. Now the big interesting part here being is that Marvel Studios and Disney still kept the October 7th release date on there, which many people are speculating this is more than likely Blade or the upcoming next entry in the Deadpool franchise, meaning they're not giving that date up to Spider-Man. Now, there was some speculation, but again, Disney and Marvel Studios cannot announce dates for another company. So again, that's not possible that that's it. Unless they work out some sort of agreement, you know, Disney already has that on their slate because that's what they told investors is going to be one of their Marvel films. So for 2022, essentially, you're looking at Thor: Love and Thunder, Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2, unannounced title for October 7th, and sometime that year, more than likely Spider-Man 3, meaning you're looking at 5 films in 2022. Now obviously there is subject to changes here when it comes to this slate. As always, who knows what could happen next. I mean, 4 months ago nobody could have told you we'd be here right now, but here we are right now. So again, you have to take it with a grain of salt, but Sony's production, if you just look at how they're talking about it and what they're doing with it and how long they've delayed films by like up to 10 to 12 months in some cases, like Ghostbusters and Morbius, you have to realize that they're in a very interesting position. Spider-Man is something they have to get out, but the fact they've been removing films that aren't announced yet off their slate means that they're in more trouble than some of the other studios, because their catalog of characters is definitely not as rich as some of the other studios. I mean, let's be real. They're not going to release another Men in Black because the last one did god-awful in every regard.